Hello everyone, welcome to Everyday Essential series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy, where we are going to discuss the essential topics for UPSC exam from the Hindu and the Indian Express. So today, as part of this series, let us discuss the topics from 15th May 2025, where we are going to discuss about this Border Security Force, followed by Akash Missile System, then Bar Council of India, and finally the International Atomic Energy Agency. So now moving to our first topic, that is Border Security Force. So why we are discussing this? We have witnessed the major role played by the Border Security Force during the tensions between India and Pakistan. But today's topic of discussion or the context is this. That is on April 23rd, a day after the Pahalgam attack, a Border Security Force constable named Purnam Kumar Shah was unintentionally crossed the international border in Punjab, and he was detained by the Pakistani Rangers. And on May 3rd, during the tensions between India and Pakistan, the Pakistani Ranger has crossed our international border in Rajasthan, and he was also detained by the Indian government. And on this yesterday, that is on May 14th, Pakistan has returned this Purnam Kumar Shah to India, and in return, India also returned this Pakistani ranger to Pakistan on this May 14th. So let's see about this border security force. So before going to the details, let us see the history of creation of this border security force. So before 1965, our borders were protected by the state police force only. But during Indo-Pak War in 1965, that is on 9th April 1965, that Pakistan has attacked the Sardar Post, Charpet and Beriabet in Kutch. That is when it exposed the limitations or the inadequacy of the state police force in protecting our borders against the external armed aggression. So that's when our government of India has thought of having a well-equipped, centrally controlled and well-trained force for securing our borders. And based on the recommendations of the Committee of Secretaries, this BSF was finally formed on the 1st December 1965 as a centrally controlled force mandated for securing our international borders. And after the formation of this Border Security Force organization, the government has appointed the Sri K.F. Rustamji, an IPS officer, as the first Director General of BSF to lead the organization. That's how this Sri K.F. Rustamji became the founding father of the BSF, Border Security Force. And now, this Border Security Force is one of the 7 Central Armed Police Forces. The other 6 are CISF, Central Industrial Security Force, CRPF, Central Reserve Police Force, Assam Rifles, ITPP, Indo-Tibetan Border Police, National Security Guard, NSG, and Shasastra Seema Bal. So these 7 are the Central Armed Police Force. So this BSF is also a part of the Central Armed Police Force. It works under the administrative control of Union Ministry of Home Affairs. And it is the first line of defense for the Indian Union territories. And this BSF borders the Pakistan and the Bangladesh borders. It secures the Pakistan and the Bangladesh borders. It is headquartered in New Delhi. And this BSF has the unique point here. That is, it is the only CAPF, the Central Armed Police, to have the air wing and the artillery regiment and also the water wing. This water wing is along with the ITBP. Indo-Tibetan Border Police also has this water wing. But coming to the air wing and the artillery regiment, these are present only in the BSF organization only. And this BSF acts according to the Border Security Force Act 1968 and Border Security Force Rules 1969 and Border Security Force Amendment Rules 2017. So the personnel of this Border Security Force acts according to the rules and the provisions prescribed from these provisions. Now coming to the role played by the BSF. They play differently during the peacetime and during the wartime. They have different responsibilities during this peacetime and also the wartime. So during this peacetime, their role is to maintain security and promote the border guarding only. They also prevent the trans-border crimes and prevent the unauthorized entry into or exit from the territory of India. They also prevent smuggling and any other illegal activities also. And also, they have the power to collect the trans-border intelligence during this peace time. When there is no war going on, the border security force are responsible for securing our borders, preventing the trans-border crimes, and preventing the smuggling and any other illegal activities along with the collection of trans-border intelligence. And here one more important point is that these border security force do not have the power to investigate or prosecute any offender or culprit in terms of this trans-border crimes or smuggling. They collect the evidence and they send it to the local police only. And coming to the wartime responsibilities, during wartime, they hold a ground in the assigned sectors. They form as a grounding position in the assigned sectors. They also seek the maintenance of law and order in enemy territory administered under the army's control. They also act as the guides to the army in border areas during these war times. Also, this BSF personnel also assist the control of refugees during the war times, along with providing the escorts to the main personalities. So these are the responsibilities of wartime and the peacetime. Also, this border security force has also the power to arrest, search, and seize under laws such as the Passport Entry into India Act 1920, Passport Act 1967, Customs Act 1962, the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985, and other certain laws also. So these are all about the border security force. Now moving to our second topic, that is Akash missile system. So why we are discussing this? We have all witnessed the performance of the Akash during the Operation Sindoor. And what the government and the military officials have said about this Akash missile system is that the performance of the indigenous defense system, that is Akash missile system, stood against the Chinese HQ-9 drones and the Turkish weapon system stood out during the Operation Sindoor. So let's see in detail about this Akash missile system. See, as part of the DRDO's Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, the design and the development of this Akash missile system was started in 1980s. And after having tests and trials, the Akash was inducted into the Indian Air Force in the year 2014 and in the Indian Army in the year 2015. So this Akash is employed in both the Indian Air Force as well as the Indian Army. And it is indigenously developed mobile short to medium range surface to air missile system. So this Akash also known as sky in the Sanskrit, is a mobile short to medium range surface to air missile system. It provides air defense cover to vulnerable areas and critical installations. It also engages multiple targets in the group mode or in a autonomous mode. So coming to the specifications of this Akash missile system, it has a range of 4.5 kilometer to 25 kilometer. And coming to the altitude range, it has an altitude range of up to 100 meters up to 20 kilometer. The target types include helicopters, fighter aircraft, and the unmanned aerial vehicles, etc. This Akash missile is a fully automatic weapon system with having quick response time. It also has the highest immunity against the active and passive jamming also, which provides the resilience of the system. Now let us see the working, how this Akash missile system works or worked during the Operation Sindoor. See, it has an integrated 3D central acquisition radar system. This scans the entire airbase for measuring the potential threats. And this integrated 3D central acquisition system is equipped with the 3D measurements of range and elevation of a target and has a coverage of 120 kilometer in any direction. And after this, we have this Rajendra radar as a guide for this Akash missile system. So what this Rajendra radar does? This Rajendra radar is a multifunction flight control radar which have a coverage of about 80 kilometers. And this single Rajendra radar can target multiple targets and guide multiple missiles simultaneously. And the data from this integrated 3D central acquisition radar and the tracking of this Rajendra radar data will be sent to the command and control center, where this center calculates the interception trajectory. And after calculation of the interception trajectory of the tracking data, the missile will be fired from the mobile launcher. So that's how the Akash missile system works. So first, the integrated 3D central acquisition system scans the entire potential threat of any airbase. And also the Rajendra radar, a multifunction radar, serves as a guide to this Akash missile system. And from tracking the data from both these two, it will send to the command and control system where it will calculate the interception trajectory, and then the final phase of the launch of the missile will take from the mobile launcher. And coming to the uniqueness of this Akash missile. So what is the uniqueness of this Akash missile system? This Akash missile system has a high accuracy in taking down the targets. How? We have this Rajendra radar, right? This Rajendra radar can even track the objects flying on very low trajectories. So this Rajendra radar can even track the targets flying on very low trajectories and thereby provide the missile maneuverability and quick response time. So that's how it has the high accuracy. And the next one is its capacity of mobility. So that's how the Akash missile system has the high mobility and the mobilization capabilities. The third unique point about this Akash system is this resilience. The Akash has built-in electronic countermeasure system, making it resilient to enemy electronic countermeasures. And this system has also has a high immunity against the active and passive jamming by the enemies. So that's how this Akash system is also resilient. So with the high accuracy, capacity of mobility and the resilience make the Akash system, indigenously designed Akash system very unique. Now coming to the variants of this Akash system. The DRDO is developing variants to improve the system's overall capabilities and the range. And two of those variants are this Akash Prime and this Akash NG. This Akash Prime has improved reliability in low temperature areas and high altitude areas. And coming to this Akash NG, which means this Akash new generation missile. It is designed for the IAF to intercept high maneuvering aerial threats. So these are the details about the indigenously designed Akash missile system. Now moving to our third topic, that is Bar Council of India. So why we are discussing this? The Bar Council of India has amended its rules to allow foreign law firms to represent clients in all international arbitration cases in India and effectively practice before courts by referring cases to their advocates and partners who are licensed to practice in India. This tells us that the foreign law firm, any foreign law firm which is registered in India, can refer cases to Indian lawyers who can then argue before a court of law. And this step is a big concession from the earlier position that foreign law firms could only operate in non-litigious areas and were restricted to advise only. Advise their clients only on foreign or the international law. But now, foreign law firm registered in India can refer cases to any Indian lawyers with the amendment of this rule by the Bar Council of India. So let us see what is this Bar Council of India. So this Bar Council of India is a statutory body established under the Advocates Act 1961. And coming to its functions, it lays down the standards of professional conduct and etiquette for advocates. Also, the procedure to be followed by its disciplinary committee. This Bar Council of India aims to safeguard the rights, privileges, and interests of the advocates. It also promotes legal education and lays down the standards of legal education. It recognizes the universities which are providing the legal education. Also, it inspects the universities also. The one more important point is that the Bar Council of India also organizes legal aid to the poor. It also manages and invests the funds of the Bar Council. Now coming to the fourth topic, that is International Atomic Energy Agency. So why we are discussing this? So this global nuclear watchdog has busted the nuclear blackmail of Pakistan, which said that India has destroyed this Kirana Hills. The nuclear base of Pakistan, Kirana Hills. What did this International Atomic Energy has said is that it said that there has been no radiation leak from any nuclear facility in Pakistan. So what is this International Atomic Energy Agency? It is an intergovernmental organization. It is an intergovernmental organization and the autonomous agency of United Nations, which was formed as a center for cooperation in the nuclear field. It is headquartered in Vienna, Austria. Though having its own mandate and laws, it reports to the both the United Nations General Assembly and the United Nations Security Council. It has 180 members as of November 2024. India and Pakistan are also the part of the International Atomic Energy Agency. And under this International Atomic Agency, it has set up this Incident and Emergency Center in the year 2005 for acting as a focal point for coordination of international assistance in emergency preparedness and response to the radiation incidents and emergencies, regardless of their cause or severity. So now, under this Department of the Incident and Emergency Center of this International Atomic Energy Agency, we have came to know that there is no radiation leak in the Kirana Hills of Pakistan.